Welcome to MMA Dogs. My name is Hector. This is my dog Dan.
Hey.
Thank you for tuning in today and watching our video. If you haven't had a chance to do so, please subscribe to our channel. By subscribing, you get an email letting you know that we uploaded something to our channel, a new video, and that way it makes it really convenient for you, so you don't have to go fumbling around searching YouTube for predictions and searching for our latest video and having to worry about, is there something new out, or, it just makes it real simple, really convenient, it's free, and it's automatic. So if you hit subscribe up on top, or if you hit subscribe here with a link we'll put, you'll just get that automatic, convenient email, and then you can get the automatic notification. Now, if you already have a YouTube channel, if you're already active on YouTube and you already subscribe to channels, you'll get by subscribing you'll get the automatic feed. So you'll get the feed up there. It'll show MMA Dogs release a new video, and then you can check it out from there.
Please check out our website, MMADogs.com. MMADawgs.com.
Yep.
It has all of our predictions, past, present, and future events, including some we haven't even done a video for. So you can check that out and see what we really think about all the fights and not just the ones that you see online. Now, we also have our MMA betting strategy up there. We have our proven track record and other helpful links that can help you with your predictions for those fights.
Yeah, exactly. It's a great website, so please check that out. And now we'll move on to Twitter. We both really like Twitter. It makes it really convenient to stay up to date with what your favorite fighters are doing with the upcoming fights. So, for example, we had Michael Bisping, who's got about 130,000 followers, Demetrius Johnson, who has about 29,000 followers, and Andre Pederneiras, the head coach at Novo União. So he coaches Jose Aldo, Honey Marks, Renan Barão. He's got about 11,000 followers. They all liked our video, so they shared it with all their friends. So it's a great way to communicate with the coaches of the MMA, all the athletes, and it's just a great way to keep in touch with all the people who also like MMA like us. So we'll also update it with pictures and different things that are going on with our website and everything that has to do with MMA Dogs. So it's a great way. You simply follow, free, and it's at MMADogs.com for the website and at MMA Dogs for the Twitter.
I know a lot of you guys already have Facebook. If you want updates there, please like our page. And in addition to that, you all get to see when we update, like when we're at a fight or something, we upload pictures or some kind of like news about what happened or something like that that we might have witnessed that you might not get to see on TV. So that's something to look out for too if you want to look at us on Facebook.
Yeah. So Twitter and Facebook, it's real nice because it's up to the minute, direct access instead of, sometimes we have to edit videos and edit things to put them on our website. With Twitter and Facebook, by following on Twitter, by liking our Facebook, you get that instant gratification, that instant feed. And iTunes, we also have a podcast on iTunes. By subscribing to that, you'll get an automatic notification as well. You can download our podcast, and then you can take it with you. So if you're in the car, bored out of your mind, driving to work, or if you're at lunch and you're just like, man, I want to hear what's the latest in MMA news, the latest in predictions. I want to have some food for thought. Maybe you're developing your own opinion on some fights, but you would like to hear maybe somebody else's opinion, something like that. So that's what's really nice about podcasts. You can take them with you. You can listen to them, while you're making lunch, while you're having your breakfast or whatever, and just put it on your iPhone, your iPod, your MP3 player, your smartphone. Load it up on there. You can take it with you. So yeah, MMA Dogs, same thing. The podcast, and I like the podcast because it's more unrehearsed, just kind of us talking and giving our opinion, and it's very nice and convenient. And then last but not least, my dog and I were talking about this, is we really enjoy reading the comments. So please leave a comment, whether it's your first time leaving a comment or you've commented on all our videos. We really appreciate it. Please tell us where you're from. Then you get to see people from all around the world are watching, which is a lot of fun. We really enjoy that. So and it's free. It's just a way, whether you agree with our picks or whether you have a different view, you view the fight differently, it doesn't matter. We really appreciate it, and it gives a great opportunity for all of us to discuss MMA, discuss the latest topics. So please leave a comment and subscribe. Check out all of our website, social media, podcasts, all that good stuff. So let's get on to some predictions. UFC on Fox 6, January 26th. We have a really good featherweight matchup between Erik Koch and Ricardo Lamas. So first, let's take a look at Koch's last two opponents. Most recently, he won a decision over Jonathan Brookins. And his fight before that, he got a first-round knockout over Rafael Assunção. Now let's take a look at Ricardo Lamas' last two fights. Most recently, he upset the Japanese superstar Hatsuhiyuki in a decision. And before that, he very impressively submitted Cub Swanson and won submission of the night. So, with this particular fight, dog, we've got Erik Koch, who trains at Rufus Sport, training partner with, Anthony Pettis. A stand-up phenom is Koch. I mean, he's just got excellent stand-up. And the only way that Ricardo Lamas has gotten beat is by knockout. So Ricardo Lamas' losses have come via knockout. Now, Ricardo Lamas, he is a wrestler. He is a Cuban-Mexican wrestler who, I was taking a look here at his record and taking a look at watching some of his fights and stuff, and he has continually improving. And he's already a strong wrestler. So not only is his wrestling good, but you can tell that he's been working on his stand-up so that he doesn't get knocked out. Now, if we had a healthy Erik Koch who had been training and fighting for the last year, going up against Ricardo Lamas, who has been healthy, who has been submitting Cub Swanson, beating up Hatsuhiyuki, taking him down, not getting himself submitted. If things were even and we had a healthy Koch, I would go with Koch. And I would still not bet the fight. I would pick Koch, that would be my prediction, but I wouldn't bet the fight. I'd probably say knockout. But because Koch has been dealing with injuries, I cannot pick Koch. Anytime you got a guy coming off a big layoff like that, and then he's facing a wrestler who's given him his only loss in his career. He lost to Chad Mendes. And Ricardo Lamas on the come up. I gotta go with Ricardo Lamas. Here. I'm gonna say decision. Ricardo Lamas is gonna take him down, get him to the ground, and just overpower him, outmuscle him. Do not bet. Do not parlay this fight. Ricardo Lamas, decision. What do you got, dog?
Yes, dog. I absolutely agree with you 100% on this fight. Erik Koch hasn't fought since September of 2011 against Jonathan Brookins in a fight that he won a judge's decision, but I was definitely nervous for that decision because I had Koch. And, Jonathan Brookins kind of looked like he was holding Koch up against the cage most of the fight, although Koch was working, and I think that's what the judges saw, and that's why they gave him the decision. Now, since that fight, Erik Koch was supposed to fight last February against Dustin Poirier, got injured. Max Holloway had to come in to replace him against Poirier, and then Erik Koch all of a sudden gets a title shot with Jose Aldo at UFC 149. From there, Aldo gets injured, and they have to postpone that fight until UFC 153, which was in October instead of July. Then Koch gets injured again, and Aldo gets injured again. That fight happens at 156. Then this fight was supposed to happen at 155, Ricardo Lamas, Erik Koch, and that got pushed back until January 26th in Chicago. So it seems like with under 2 weeks to go, this fight's going to happen. It seems like it, but
let's hope so.
But with all that being said, Erik Koch, the layoff, I know, and his only loss being to a wrestler like Ricardo Lamas is, I have to say decision also, and I'm going to say 3 stars Do not parlay. I'm going to say 3 stars, Ricardo Lamas. And I just think it's going to be a one-sided fight. But I can't count Erik Koch out. By the way, it is Koch. It's not Koch or Cook or however differently you guys say it. If it was different, then I don't think they would have paid Mike Goldberg however much they pay him to actually say his name as Koch in the game. So it's Koch according to Mike Goldberg. So that's what I'm calling him. But yeah, I really think that Ricardo Lamas is just going to beat this guy down, and probably I'm going to give Erik Koch 1 round. I'm going to say 29-28 Ricardo Lamas. I'm going to give Koch maybe the first or second round, but after that, Ricardo Lamas, if he loses, it's going to be probably early.
Knockout.
Yeah, probably early second round or first round. But after that, I just see him taking over in the second half of that second round and that third round and just wearing him down. A guy that's been injured twice. I just feel like he's going to be all about it. He wrestled Hatsuhioki, who was due to lose to a guy like a wrestler. And then we even saw him in a really tight guillotine against Cub Swanson in the first round in that fight. And both of those fights have happened since Erik Koch's last fight. So I'm going to say 3 stars. Ricardo Lamas beats Erik Koch by unanimous decision in Chicago.
Here's the thing, guys. Anytime a fighter is coming off injuries, and not only injuries, but a year layoff, a little bit longer than a year layoff, there's that cage rust that we cannot overlook. I can't overlook it. I mean, I wouldn't feel comfortable saying, you know what, Erik Koch's gonna go in there, coming off his injuries, he's recovered from them all. He's gonna shave off that ring rust, and he's gonna go in there and knock out Ricardo Lamas in the first round. It could happen.
It could happen.
And that's why I'm not doing any 3-star, 4-star, anything on it. I'm doing just a prediction, a pick. But everything points towards a Ricardo Lamas decision, if not a submission or a ground and pound TKO. I mean, this Ricardo Lamas guy, he is no joke. So
he is a beast.
He's a beast. The path to victory here for Koch is landing an early knockout. Because if it goes into the second or third round, it's going to be Lamas grinding him out, taking him down, and if not, grounding, pounding him, submitting him, or getting the decision. And, it's just one of those fights that there's 10 more fights, 11 more fights on this card. There's so many events. Why play Russian roulette here? Russian roulette with a fight where everything's stacked against Koch and everything's looking in Ricardo Lamas' favor. Now, something that we want to touch on here. Let's say the lines come out and Ricardo Lamas is plus 200 or higher, or plus 180, plus 175, plus around there. Then it will be a juicy, perhaps an enticing bet, because it's like, you know what? The odds don't necessarily reflect my opinion, and that's a time where you might as well cap. You might as well capitalize and say, you know what, this is worth this amount of wager, or this amount. So that's something else to keep in mind. It's not always necessarily what perhaps all the statistics and videos show and all the previous fights show, but a lot of times you can look at the odds and see that, hey, you know what, this guy has a much better chance of winning than what they're saying. This might be a worthy bet. For example, Leonard Garcia versus Max Holloway. I know exactly what was going on with those lines. They wanted to keep the public off of Holloway and entice everybody to throw on Garcia. The fight was a split decision, but Holloway still won. So you guys have to look out for that kind of stuff. You have to look and see, well, what's going on here. So even with all that being said, you have to be disciplined sometimes and say, you know what, I'm going to pass on this particular fight and do not bet it. But with all that being said, I can definitely see a path to victory for Ricardo Lamas. I can definitely see why somebody would want to place a straight wager on it. And I can definitely see how Erik Koch has all the odds stacked against him. And for me, it's a total pass. But the pick is Ricardo Lamas. What do you got for him, Doug?
Yeah, the lines particularly for this fight are not what my dog was just saying as a if the lines were like that, it would be something to consider. But Ricardo Lamas is a slight favorite in this one. Erik Koch is a slight underdog, and it's probably because of the layoff and injury.
Yeah.
And so it's probably, like my dog said, a do not bet, or in my case, do not parlay, just a straight bet. But I could see either guy winning on this one, but I would have to go with Ricardo Lamas, the wrestler. 3 stars. I'm just going to say straight bet, do not parlay though.
There you have it, folks. Unanimous Ricardo Lamas for the win. If you haven't had a chance to do so, please subscribe to our channel. By subscribing, you get an email letting you know that we uploaded something to our channel, a new video, and that way it makes it really convenient for you, so you don't have to go fumbling around searching YouTube for predictions and searching for our latest video and having to worry about, is there something new out, or, it just makes it real simple, really convenient, it's free, and it's automatic. So if you hit subscribe up on top, or if you hit subscribe here with a link we'll put, you'll just get that automatic, convenient email, and then you can get the automatic notification. Now, if you already have a YouTube channel, if you're already active on YouTube and you already subscribe to channels, you'll get by subscribing you'll get the automatic feed. So you'll get the feed up there. It'll show MMA Dogs release a new video, and then you can check it out from there.
Please check out our website, MMADogs.com. MMADAWGS.com.
Yep.
It has all of our predictions, past, present, and future events, including some we haven't even done a video for. So you can check that out and see what we really think about all the fights and not just the ones that you see online. Now, we also have our MMA betting strategy up there. We have our proven track record and other helpful links that can help you with your predictions for those fights.
Yeah, exactly. It's a great website, so please check that out. See you in the next video.